Back to Fantasy Fights. This time we're going to take a close-up look at Riddick Bowe. How good was he? We're going to take an in-depth look at everything he did. 43-1 record, 81-inch reach, 6'5", 235 at his best. He was the heavyweight champion from 1992 to 93. He won the silver medal in the Seoul Olympics in 1988, losing to Lennox Lewis in the finals. As usual, before we get going, please hit that like button and subscribe, and let's go. All right, let's take a quick look at Riddick Bowe's record. He's got three fighters who were really not ranked by Ring Magazine in the top 10. They had impressive records, Tubbs, Sheldon, and Coetzee, but none were in the top 10. And then he emerges against Holyfield and is just incredible in the fights against Holyfield. He wins the first one, loses the second one. He fights an over-the-hill Michael Dokes, defending the title, and then he gets a win over Larry Donald. Continuing to look at Riddick Bowe's record, he beat Herbie Hyde, who was unranked by Ring Magazine. Then he beat George Luis Gonzalez, undefeated, ranked by Ring Magazine. Knocked him out in the 6th round. That was a big win for him, possibly the second biggest win of his career outside of the Holyfield fights. And then his biggest fight in 95 was against Evander Holyfield. He won by an 8th round knockout. 96, he moves into the Gulata fights, which are really a disappointment.
Can't understand someone being so dirty.
So you see Holyfield going down in this round, and Bowe stuns him with an uppercut, and just like that, the champion struggles to...
Holyfield has taken the polish.
Changes at close range against a guy regarded as a terrific infighter, or so it would seem.
Holyfield shouldn't try to cruise this through.
George, he's never cruised through a round in his life. He just hit Bowe with the biggest right hand of the night, and Riddick came back. Hard right hand inside by Holyfield, and now down goes Evander. Third knockdown of Holyfield's career. Here comes the fourth, and that's it. And then missed it. Another low blow. This is a bad one.
All because Riddick Bowe is standing still. Underestimate throws the combination. The thing is going good for him.
He's just hammering Bowe in close. Just hammering it. Now there's a fight in the ring that's been started by some of Bowe's handlers.
Stumbles. Andrew Gulata's never been knocked down, but he will be in a few seconds if this keeps...
Hurt. This is the pain.
Semi-conscious. Low blows, and down goes Bowe again.
Yeah, that's it.
Riddick Bowe's strengths and weaknesses. Riddick Bowe's ability to take a punch was one of his best strengths. His body attack. He was a strong inside fighter for his size, and he had a constant attacking style, which was rather unusual for a man his size. He had a lot of power. Weaknesses, questionable conditioning, especially later in his career, and his dedication to the sport. Now we're going to take a look at just how good was Riddick Bowe. The positives, he had incredible power and chin, as mentioned before. He had a 2-1 record against Holyfield, one of the best fighters of that generation. He was the heavyweight champ. He had a strong jab, and he hit with combinations. But let's look at all the negatives. He avoided all the top contenders during his career. He never fought Lennox Lewis or Mike Tyson. He refused to fight Lewis for the WBC belt. He abandoned it. He threw it in the trash can rather than face Lennox Lewis. Andrew Gulata fights are a black eye on his record. I mean, he did not look good. And Andrew Gulata just lasted minutes against Lennox Lewis in their fight. His opponents were hand-picked, and his prime was rather short, 1990 to 1996. He faded fast. And as I said, he never faced the two best fighters of his generation. Well, you probably learned a lot about Riddick Bowe. We're going to continue to take a close-up look at him. Eddie Futch, his trainer, one of the legendary trainers in boxing history, said Bowe had more potential than any fighter he'd ever trained. And Futch had trained Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Trevor Berbick, and Larry Holmes. Those are 4 of the 5 men who defeated Muhammad Ali. In 1995, Bowe won the lightly regarded WBO title. Riddick Bowe also had financial problems, declaring bankruptcy in 2005. And Miles Lane, who officiated many of Bowe's fights, commented, "Bowe could have been one of the boxing's greatest boxers, but foolishly squandered the opportunity through immaturity and lack of discipline." Bowe went to meet Nelson Mandela during his visit to South Africa. Bowe's trainer at the time was Eddie Futch, and he said that upon his return, Bowe failed to ever achieve the same physical condition for his subsequent fights. The consensus was that Bowe, described as both super talent and a super waste, only had one great fight, and that was winning the title from Holyfield. In February of 1998, Bowe was convicted of kidnapping his estranged wife Judy and their 5 children. After stabbing his wife, he was sentenced to 18 to 24 months in prison. The judge later sentenced him to only 30 days due to brain damage. Bowe ended up serving 17 months in prison. It was overturned. In 2001, Bowe was arrested for beating his new wife. He allegedly drug her out of a car. She was left with all kinds of bruises and scrapes. And he had an ill-fated attempt at wrestling in 2013, professional wrestling. Well, in conclusion, what do you think of Riddick Bowe? We've pretty much given you an in-depth look at him. Hopefully you feel like I've been fair. I will say this, he was at his best one of the most talented boxers that ever lived. But that was very short because of his conditioning and other weaknesses. Please let me know, comment, let me know what you think. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thanks again.